Hey everyone, Random Randy here. This is Vlogust Day 3, and you are with me in our kitchen. So the lighting is garbage. It is hot as balls in here. Hopefully you don't see sweat rolling down my face. And I'm going to show you the quickest, easiest chicken in the universe. That is one of the only proteins that my children will actually eat. So, bone in, skin on, chicken thighs, which, if you are a bargain shopper, are ultra cheap. By the way, if you are vegan or vegetarian, do not watch this because it will pain you deeply, so just do us all a favor, don't look. Chicken thighs, we actually use the kind with the bones in it because we cut the bones out when we're done eating and make stock with it later that we usually add to rice, make soup with, drink all by itself when we are sick. So anyway, you're not going to totally be able to see what I'm doing because I'm using my laptop camera, and it sucks because I don't feel like messing with the tripod and my giant Canon, whatever the hell it is, I don't even know. It's expensive. That's all you need to know. Anyway, chicken thigh. I use tongs because I'm not a fan of touching uncooked chicken skin. It's not my favorite thing. So, you want to put it inside down into the pan first. I like to line them all up. We have an entire pack of thighs. Because I have 3 boys to feed in this house, including my husband, who eats enough for 4 people his size. And my boys on a good night, well, before they became picky toddlers, would normally eat a whole thigh by themselves. Now they usually split one between them. But the good thing about this is the way I cook it, it doesn't have a lot of weird spices, so you can always shred it later and use it in other recipes. Good Lord. Alright. There are 10 thighs, skin side down. I'm going to toss this. Yeah, bud? So, aside from the chicken, 4 ingredients. Olive oil, salt. In this case I have fancy Himalayan pink sea salt because I'm just fancy like that. I prefer the taste to regular table salt. Pepper and garlic powder. You can use pretty much any other seasonings you want, but this way the chicken's going to be fairly plain, making it versatile for uses in other things. So, first thing I do is take the salt. I kind of guesstimate how much I'm going to use. Usually I just shake it on, but with the sea salt it comes in a bag, so I have to put it in something else first. So you just want to use enough that you're going to make it snow seasoning on top of all of the chicken thighs. Onto the meat portion where you can usually see a little bit of the bone poking up. Just a little bit. Oh, by the way, your oven should be preheating to 400 degrees. Mine is there already because I had some child disasters to deal with. Go figure. So, salt the back of everything. Pepper. Just a little bit on everything. My husband likes pepper a lot. I am not a super big fan of it, but I acknowledge its usefulness in culinary endeavors. Also, garlic powder. Just sprinkle a little bit onto the back of everything. And then, normally I would have spray olive oil, but we are currently out. So I'm just gonna put this in here. Grab my basting brush that is buried somewhere. There's one. Basting brush. This is a silicone deal. Just going to brush it over top of the backs of all of these so that the meat doesn't dry out. because it's going to be in a 400-degree oven for about an hour. Just kind of dab it on. There's no exact science to how much goes on each one. I pretty much just go for speed with this, honestly, because I can have most of dinner ready to go and cooking in about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I can just ignore it for an hour and do whatever, deal with the kids, play with the kids if they're not being monsters. Alright, so there's that. Grab the tongs and flip them all over so that the skin side is up. And the nice thing is, any of the spices that you dropped in the pan and missed getting on the chicken in the first place are going to stick to the back of it. So it's still going to get it. And I have put tin foil in the pan because, yes, even though I have a glass pan, you know what? I don't feel like scrubbing the pan after it cooks in there for an hour tonight. So, yeah. There's that, flipped over, and you just repeat the same thing that you just did. Sprinkle the tops with salt. You want to season high so that you're making sure that you don't just drop all of the seasoning into one teeny little spot. Hunter, give that back to your brother, please. You've got one of your own, don't take his. So Killian's wand is a large gauge plastic crochet hook that's blue. He and Hunter have commandeered all of my plastic crochet hooks. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's something that keeps them happy, and except when they're fighting over them, then they're, you know, being boys and siblings. And now that I've got all the seasonings on, see, look how quick that was. Just get the oil brushed on the top of these, and you can use any other oil that you want to. You could use avocado oil, which we also usually have in a spray version. Coconut oil, although if it's an unrefined coconut oil, you'd probably want to be having something else sweet to go with it, like maybe grilled pineapple. But the whole objective is to get enough of the oil on here that things aren't going to dry out and burn. Because the way that I cook these, and with how long they cook at that high heat, you're actually going to have crispy skin on the chicken when you're all done. Which is sometimes the only part of it that the boys will eat. Alright, so there we go. And that's it. That's all it takes. And now that my oven's heated up, it's just going to go right in. It's going to go in for 55 minutes, and then I like to put it on broil for 3, just to get the skin really crispy. And super delicious. So that's really it. I was going to get all heavy and existential today because I'm honestly having a pretty shitty day. But I don't feel like going there right now. And I was in a rotten mood when I walked out here, but then I looked out in the yard and one of my little crow friends, we have a mated pair of crows that hang around near our house, was just sitting out there, and it stopped what it was doing and looked right up directly at me. And if you don't know, crows are one of those really cool bird species that will recognize faces. And if you are rotten and mean to them, they will make your life hell. So I have gone out of my way to be kind to these creatures, and they've never given us any trouble. Although they do occasionally leave me really weird gifts because they'll bring you shiny things because they like shiny things. Usually that's in the form of a chip bag or a soda can just randomly appearing in the middle of our front yard. But these crows, it's been so hot. It's today outside, I'd say it's probably mid-90s, and it's only supposed to get worse. So I've been leaving water out for them and giving them little bits of food. I know you shouldn't feed wild animals. Whatever. If you have a bird feeder in your backyard, you're feeding wild animals. Get over yourself. I just think it's really cool. And this one, I actually walked right outside past him to pick up the dish to give him some water. And he just sat right there, maybe 3 feet away from me. Hopped a few feet away if I moved a little bit too fast, but I just talked to him the whole time. He just sat there looking at me. It was really, really cool.
Too long.
What's a little bit too long?
I waited a little bit too long with my Kinder.
You need me to unlock it again?
Yeah.
Alright, give me just a second, sweetie. And today we went to Target and got life jacket, floaty things for the boys, and a swimsuit for me. And of course, because it's towards the end of the season, there's absolutely nothing that matched. So I'm probably going to have to make myself a cover-up anyway, because I still have horrendously torn up mom belly. And yeah, I've whined about that before, so I guess that's really all I have for today. So I hope you all are having a good almost weekend, and I will talk to you guys all tomorrow. Bye!